Here's where I'm at on the FoMoCo mechanicals. I've finished the all the heater boards. There's a ton of them there, so that's the heater tray. Underneath, I've got all of the non-heater trays, and you can see how nice these package up here. This is basically how this one will ship, and I basically stick a bunch of these parts together. The grid charger on this one is just the standard one, and it just fits so perfectly inside of this box. And of course there will be packing foam or whatever, so that's the inner box, and then there's a larger outer box. These standard grid chargers are fairly simple here. This is a no heater standard grid charger, which is the easiest to make. And then we also have the standard grid charger with heaters. I haven't actually finished those 4 yet. It's an odd configuration. And then over here is the fast grid chargers without the heaters. And so you can see, here's two I haven't put all the way together yet. I'm actually waiting on a couple of parts to come in. It's kind of a mess in here right now. So here's the same deal with the fast grid charger. You can see we've got a fan over here. We've got another fan hiding over there, and a bunch of sensors and whatnot coming off of there. And so those are all ready to go. And I think I've got like 8 of them back there maybe. And then here I'm working on the heater with the fast grid charger. And you can see this one's getting kind of complicated. We got a lot of, I haven't finished this one. There's an umbilical cord that goes around here to kind of hold these wires all together. I'm out of this 16 gauge wire, and the place that does it is now price gouging, and I just paid $113 for a roll of 100 feet of this. But whatever. So yeah, this guy's pretty much all ready to go as well. These do take a lot of effort. I'm definitely not making any money on these faster grid chargers, but whatever, it's fun, right? The charger itself, I think, is like $415 or something, and I think I'm only charging like $550. It'll probably be slightly more than that because I'm then doing a ton of extra work. You've got extra fans, you've got all these cables. The FoMoCo has so many cables. Just the way that it is or whatever. Here's just some of the cables here, right? Like there's so many of them for FoMoCo. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There were 9 cables there, and then I think I have 3 more in this box. So like 10, 11, 12, 13, actually there's 4 more cables. There's 13 cables there, and then I've got all these cables. So FoMoCo has a lot of cables. Yeah, but anyway, it's slowly getting all done. I wanted to ship these in June, but it's not gonna happen. And hopefully in July. My goal is to shoot the install videos either next week or the week after. And then hopefully start shipping these things. Now, I've had a thought. Li Control is a different product from this. It works with LiBCM. And so the one thought is, okay, well, should I just go ahead and ship these FoMoCo kits out without the Li controller? And then ship the Li controller later. Or should I just wait till it's all done? So we'll see. I've gotten other cables. I mean, with Li Control, it's fairly simple. It's pretty much done from a hardware perspective. I just need to make 50 of them now, and it's cutting Ethernet cables and putting all the control. It's just a lot more work. All these things, when you do it one time, it doesn't take that long. But when you do it 50 times, it takes probably like 30 times longer, to do it. Anyway. On the plus side here, I've gotten most of these FoMoCo modules delivered, so what used to take up all of the under the desk is now just taking up that corner. and that way I'm able to put stuff over here. If you've been and seen the shop here, this is not a terribly large space that I'm doing most of this work in. It's basically where the same space where you would park a single car, you know, for reference, there's a car. So pretty small space, it's used pretty fully. And I know I've shown it before, but I've got the other rack over there with all of the other FoMoCo parts that have been finished. Yeah, that's it. I'm working on it. Still no timeline, but we're getting much closer, and someday we'll be done. Getting these done was a lot of work. I think this almost took me like almost an entire week to do. I mean, if you look at each individual tray here, the amount of work you have to do, I mean, all of these resistors have to be mounted, and you got to do the wires, and then you got to put this on, you got to drill that hole, and it's a lot of work. So, yep, as always, thanks for watching. That's the chaos right now.